Good morning, Eleanor family. Welcome to the Eleanor Cares Awards 2021. On behalf of the entire organization, we thank you for taking this time to be with us today, and we welcome you. A few housekeeping announcements before we start. We would invite you to please mute your computer or your phone to make sure that there's no noise coming through and disturbance. And that's very important. Number two, if you're unable to see the screen, which is a purple screen with Eleanor Cares Awards 2021, search on it through the different pictures you see on your screen at the moment and click on the one that says Eleanor Care Awards 2021 instead on somebody's face, so that you'll be able to get an enlarged one, because otherwise it'll be a little bit difficult to follow. We are recording this. We are live on Facebook. Just so you know, anything that is said here will be captured. So we please ask you to respect and keep, if you don't want to be seen, you need to be, your video needs to be turned off, because otherwise you will be seen. And if you, please keep your audio off. It's very, very important. So let's get on to the awards. It's great privilege and honor to be here today. My name is Jean-Marc Flambert, and I'm the Communications Director, and I joined in February 2021. And I've had the huge honor of going through all of these nominations. You are all a part of a small army of people who allow us to offer 80,000 hours of care per week. And you also change the way the NHS functions by offering vital logistical support. More about that in a moment. We have four main divisions at Eleanor, and the first is Home Care London, where we have 9 branches. We then have Home Care outside of London, where we have 7 branches. So already you see we're in 16 different locations across the country. From a care homes perspective, we have a nursing home, we have 2 elderly or residential homes, 4 learning disability homes, a supported living, and a day center. So a total of 9 locations there. We lastly have hospital logistics, Eleanor Hospital Logistics. We are based in 7 hospital trusts, 15 hospitals, 80 people are based around hospitals like the Imperial College Trust, Charing Cross, Royal Brompton, Kingston Trust, Royal Marsden, Sutton. And so we're all over, and it's you we're here to recognize and to thank, because all of you make Eleanor who it is and what we've been able to achieve. We lastly have 2 software solutions. One is 360CS, which many of you are already using, and this is for the home care division. And we also have Hoslo, which is a hospital logistics solution. So we have 10 people working in Sri Lanka. So you see, Eleanor isn't only in the UK. I wanted to take this opportunity just to touch and remind us all about our vision, to have a voice in the care sector and to affect change. Our mission to set the standard in the care sector. We have our values, which I hope you have on the wall and you can all memorize. And as I say these, you'll be repeating them because you know them by heart, right? Our fulfillment, trust, respect, empowerment, and innovation. All of this information is available on our website, eleanorhealthcaregroup.co.uk. So please do go, if you're not familiar, refresh your memory a little bit, because it's really important that you realign yourselves every once in a while. And our awards start with our promise. Our promise is to know you, to value you, and to challenge you. And to be honest, in the last year, it's been difficult knowing what all of you have been doing. You've been going in to service users' homes, you've been going into hospitals, you've been managing situations in the care homes, and we can't be everywhere at the same time. And quite often your work is done in isolation, in a one-on-one. So people, your managers, your supervisors may not know everything that you do. And this is where the awards was born. We have had 249 nominations. And as you can imagine, every single one of those is an amazing story of an amazing individual. In many cases, it's you that I'm talking to right now, who have done something for Eleanor. You have been nominated by your manager, by a colleague, and some self-nominations, which is really important because only you know what value you bring. And there's no way that we can give 249 awards. There's no way that we can go through right now and show you all of these 249. And even if we did, you know that there's a lot of stories missing because not every one of you nominated. And so there are even more stories than we have here. So the judges had a really, really difficult time. And I want to sum this up with something that was said by one of the managers when she sent in her nomination. She said, "My problem is that I have too many people I'd like to nominate because so many staff stepped up during COVID-19 period. I could name you 10 or 15 members of staff that went above and beyond the call of duty during that time. It was genuinely one of the worst things I've ever experienced, watching that many people pass away in such a short space of time. People that we cared for." I'm saying all of this because I do feel guilty that I can't nominate everyone that I know deserves to be recognized. What they do on a daily basis. It's a challenging job at the best of times, and the past few months have been the toughest. And this, I think, will be echoed by every manager. This will be echoed by every individual at Eleanor Healthcare Group, because it truly is an amazing amount of work that has gone through. And you know, we talk about the NHS heroes, and they are heroes. But you, the carers, and you specifically, you, I'm looking at you right now, the Eleanor carer is an absolute hero. Let me share with you some of the nominations. We can't cover all, but let me just share some with you so you get a feel of the kind of work that has happened around you. Some of these will be stories you know, and some of these may be new. Gemma. She's coming to the company as branch manager, and she turned the branch around. It is now an enjoyable place to work. Gemma has made sure all policies and procedures are in place. She has led the way to us achieving our good CQC rating just a few weeks ago. Well done. Gemma is very approachable, and she will always lead us in the right direction to provide the best possible care. Another one. She's always cool and calm and collected in the delivery of service. Over the years, I've watched her go out of her way to help and support our service users to the best of her ability. Unsociable hours do not stop her. It continues. Frank has continued to support all the members of staff at Hereford, stepping into different shoes to fulfill different roles. For example, when a member of staff is off sick or on annual leave, Frank will step in and ensure that all the duties are completed. He has continuously made life easy for the team by covering. He has also managed to build an excellent rapport with the customers. This can be seen when customers call asking for Frank by name. Harin is one of the most loyal employees, and he is trusted with the most sensitive information. He ensures that company assets are looked after and would never hesitate to question unusual expenses from anyone. Harin's work ethic is exemplary, which has earned him praise on multiple occasions. Harin is a wonderful team player and works closely with his team to ensure that all the work is completed to be presented in an accurate and timely manner. He guides and trains new staff efficiently and effectively. She is an amazing carer. She cares so much about our service users. Nothing is too much for her. For her dedication, unconditional support offered to our residents over the last year, for taking extra shifts and going the extra mile when we need it the most, for moving into the home for a week, leaving her own family and choosing to look after our residents. He's a quiet thinker. He observes and assimilates information. In a short space of time, he's been able to understand many aspects of our organization and is now putting together bids to help us win future business. He works diligently and is constantly challenging himself to do better. If he has an opinion, he will not hesitate to share it and enrich what we do. She is always reliable and willing to help. She's a great team player, and she has a sense of responsibility, great communication skills. She is very flexible and very caring person. Sadeda has astounding organizational and problem-solving skills. I have watched Vicky handle problematic service users and their next of kin with so much endurance and professionalism. She continues to thrive, and I can see many opportunities that await her. She took the initiative to deal with a complaint by offering to monitor the care provision, by liaising with the next of kin, and by regularly visiting the field to monitor. This, in effect, prevented further escalation about a particular issue. She always gives 100% to her work, despite having 4 children to look after. I can turn to her for any of my problems, and to be honest, I have had a rubbish year due to health and anxiety problems. I have found it easy to talk to Vicky. Federico started off doing PPE, where he took the initiative to control most aspects. He ensured counts were accurate, stock levels were kept, and end users were more than satisfied with our service. On his first week in the role, the site was plagued with sickness and holiday, and so, even though he was thrown straight into the deep end, he kept his head high and exuded positivity. Federico is always willing to help his team in any department on site. His attitude is can-do and always positive. Lily has given her all to supporting the team, getting things done, going out on the field, and doing care calls to help ease the pressure on the rest of the team. She is able to adapt and go above and beyond to keep the team in great spirits. During my time of working with Lily, she has made sure that she has shown me all aspects of the business and has pushed me to strive for the best. I cannot say enough about Lily. She is a great manager. He has been a tremendous asset to the Brompton Goods Inn team since he joined Eleanor 2 years ago. Rob looks after one of our most challenging departments at Brompton Theatres. This unit is very demanding, but nothing seems to faze Rob. And in fact, the bigger the challenge, the more he thrives on it. The unit also speaks very highly of Rob. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, Laura was still out seeing all the new service users, visiting current ones, and even supporting them with personal care. Laura has shown true teamwork and has supported other areas while we have been short-staffed, and she has been an amazing support to help train new supervisors. Laura is genuinely caring and compassionate, which we all witnessed on Mother's Day. She called all her service users who are mothers to wish them a happy Mother's Day. Michelle went above and beyond in March 2020 when COVID arrived. Not a lot of carers would go out to our service users who had the virus. Michelle did not hesitate. She knew that these people needed our care and support. In May 2020, she volunteered to go into a COVID step-down unit from the hospital, Langton Way. She's still there today, giving 150% to our service users. She's fantastic, a caring team leader to both service users and colleagues. We are lucky to have her. And as you can see, the list goes on. So I'm going to invite Inoka Pereira, Operations Manager, to continue to share some of these amazing stories with you. Thank you.
Hi, thank you, John Mark, for giving me the opportunity. It's an honor, obviously, reading and sharing this lovely feedback we have received. So just because we are so cautious about the time, I'm going to continue to read this amazing the recommendations we have received for our member of staff. Now, starting with my first, is Mark. 2020 and 2021 has been a challenging year for all of us, and Mark took on the challenge of supporting the service users to maintain contact with us, each other, and the wider community. With the onset of lockdown, he researched the best way to maintain contact and communication with our service users at home. He introduced Zoom to service users and their families and provided help and support with IT issues with this very new and familiar technology. He has also lifted spirits by making and producing short films involving the service users, their families, and staff. The work Mark has done has been groundbreaking, with other organizations following Mark's unique way of reaching out to service users. Lillian, an amazing care worker, always giving her best to care for her service users. She has always gone above and beyond. I love working with her. Nikki Bailey, for supporting other members of his team. I'm so sorry, I actually got the name wrong. It's Nick Bailey. Nick is training to become a future supervisor. He's always the first person to offer anyone any assistance that they might need. He's very friendly, approachable, and a good team player. Umar Majid, well, what do we have? Has contributed to accounts and the wider business since he joined. His commitment, dedication, and endeavor to support his colleagues has been admirable and amazing. He works very closely with the operations team in order to facilitate best communication, coordination. All these tasks Umar has achieved with utmost dedication, passion, and commitment. He has been a tower of strength to the entire accounts team and ensure that all new team members are taught and nurtured. Martina, she's one of the best carers. She has always gone above and beyond for all her service users. Martina ensures they have everything and more than they need. Karina Kurt. Karina has gone over and above to support each and every member of staff and resident. Nothing is ever too much trouble, and everything she does is done with a smile. She ensures that everyone around her is okay before she thinks of herself. Karina has led her team during this pandemic with the absolute professionalism and dedication to her home, staff, and residents. The highest level of infection control was needed during the pandemic, and Karina was always there, ready to put them to action. Chris single-handedly answers all calls to the Imperial desk. He is dedicated and follows each caller's request through till complete, with the same dedication, attention to detail each time. Even when the callers are challenging and sometimes difficult to understand, he's extremely keen to please and exudes the can-do mentality with love to see in our teams. He works remotely and independently, which has its own challenges, but it's always diligent and available to help whenever he can. He will come to any site at a drop of a hat with eagerness and willingness. He exudes customer care and satisfaction. He embraces challenges and thrives on resolving problem or two. Robin is an absolute asset to my team here in Northumberland. She's always happy and helpful. She builds relationships with new service users very quickly and always delivers a very high standard of care. She's loved by all of our care team and service users. She just brightens up people's day. Claire, for her incredible work and care during our COVID-19 outbreak in December towards all the service users and their families, as well as ensuring we had the help and support needed to care for our service users who were extremely unwell. Claire sometimes has a little confidence in herself, but she really became the carer we all knew she was through an extremely difficult time. Camille, she worked very hard to support Empower service users immensely during COVID-19 peak period. When most staff were sick with COVID-19, she held on and supported Paul, who got COVID-19 till he passed on. She also supported Pamela and made her comfortable before she also passed on. Her energy, dedication, and enthusiasm is admirable. She goes the extra mile to support the service users. She is a great team player. She's encouraged and motivated me a lot when I joined Empower. Courtney has supported her clients every day throughout the pandemic. She sadly caught COVID-19 herself, as did her father, who passed away. However, Courtney returned to work and was back to supporting her clients. All the service users Courtney visits say how lovely and helpful she is. She always goes above and beyond for her service users. It's very lovely meeting all of you online and then reading all these lovely comments. I'll be passing down the meeting to John Mark. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Inoka. And as they say, we're in the home stretch. So just a few more nominations before Mark addresses us. And I promise you that we just have another 15 minutes for the entire ceremony. Tamara Stiles. Tamara has balanced her studies with helping out the office by covering care calls, assisting with office duties, and supporting the field supervisor. Tamara has made herself available to the team 24/7, and when she has seen that the team has been struggling, she has found solutions and taken the time to help with some of the workload of the rest of the office team. We cannot praise Tamara enough. She's an asset to Eleanor. She's 100% devoted and committed to her job. Tamara always has a positive attitude when attending service users and leaves a lasting impression. Vivian. She has displayed outstanding ability and an excellence in delivering care to her service users. She shows respect and treats every service user with dignity, always putting them first, not just preparing a meal, but offering a choice. Vivian demonstrates excellence, uses her initiative, getting to know the service user by asking family members who usually have a wealth of knowledge regarding their loved ones. She was initially shy, afraid to push boundaries, but today, this young woman has gone from strength to strength. Saeed. He is also known as Mubarak. When Eleanor took on the Imperial Materials Management contract in 2017, Mubarak was one of the employees Eleanor two-paid. Several years later, and Mubarak is still with us and doing the same job as a processor on the Charing Cross site. In all of that time, his timekeeping has been extraordinary, his commitment unparalleled. He never complains, never argues, and goes out of his way to ensure he does what is asked of him so the business can satisfy the customer's requirements. Kelly, for being an amazing boss and bending over backwards to give us the best support and help, not only in work, but also outside of work. Being on call as a friend as well, 24/7 to those that need it and acting like a mother to all of us. If not for the care and support from Kelly, many of us would not be so successful. I never felt as welcomed or as part of a team as I do here at Eleanor. And this is thanks to Kelly. I know Kelly does an amazing job in her role with nothing being left to chance. She does everything with integrity, respect, empathy, and gratitude, influences others to strive to achieve better in and outside of work. Rhoda, she's very supportive, patient, and has all the traits as that of a mentor or teacher. She's super hardworking and works methodically, values the importance of detail, and is understanding in all respects. If any individual is in a position where they do not understand a certain process, Rhoda will ensure that she puts time aside to guide the individual where they fully understand and are able to proceed further, leaving the individual feeling confident and motivated with what to do next time. They should be in the same predicament again. Rhoda has an empowering persona where she believes that motivating people will improve one's morale, therefore their work ethic, boosting productivity in the workplace. Niroshini. Niroshini has been a dedicated employee. She is consistently pushing herself towards achieving absolute accuracy. Niroshini's work ethic, loyalty, and honesty is exemplary and is admired by all her colleagues. She has maintained a remarkably cooperative atmosphere where learning has become quite easy. David has been such a positive support for all staff during the pandemic. He had gone over and above to support all areas of the home and does so with a sense of humor and a touch of sassiness. You don't even need to ask, and David will have done it, being able to notice the little things before they need doing and just getting on with it. With a laugh, you can hear all over the building, you know when David is at work. David worked a lot of shifts alone with minimal social interaction to manage COVID-19 risks, but still remained highly positive and supportive of staff and residents. Kumaran. The late Kumaran has always shown a kind nature and touching smile. He was always willing to help and would go out of his way to do so. Although working a short period on site at St. Mary's, Kumaran was very accommodating, easy to work with, and very informative. He had a wealth of information on his shoulders and was no doubt happy to share his knowledge with me, quickly offering assistance. During the peak of the pandemic, Kumaran never hesitated and was always willing to help. Kumaran, everyone at Eleanor will miss you. Samantha has been a pivotal cog in setting our reputation for quality care within our branch. I frequently receive phone calls to commend her attitude towards her work and the reassurance Samantha provides each of her regular service users. Recently, she highlighted to the office that a particular service user's next of kin was becoming very stressed and needed some respite from caring for their partner. The strain had started to cause a breakdown in their marital relationship. The service user and his family didn't know anything about Samantha's proactive work and were delighted to learn that she could assist them with a weekly sitting service for 4 hours. The couple's 46-year relationship has been restored now. The pressure is reduced. Nothing is ever too much for our Super Sam. Cecilia. Cecilia got 2 comments from her next of kins. One is she is one very special lady. She always goes above and she always goes over and above. She encourages mom to regularly eat and drink. She keeps the house clean and tidy. As mom has a very delicate tummy, she ensures that there are no out-of-date items in the fridge that might be mistakenly given to her. Throughout the lockdown, she's not just been mom's rock, but has also given me peace of mind knowing that she will always look out for mom. I miss her when she's not on duty. A big thank you to all your carers. And another, Cecilia is an asset to the company, courteous, respectful, friendly, helpful, and above all, professional. It's such a big thing having someone come into your family home and in effect become part of your family and support network. She's patient with my dad and seems to get how he works and what he needs. She puts him at ease. This is a massive relief to us. Lydia. On Christmas Day, we had a gentleman who was on palliative care. We had a waking night in place so that he was not on his own. The carer then called to say that this gentleman had passed away. His next of kin had not put any plans in place and was unfortunately unable to come. Lydia came and picked me up and we went to relieve the carer at 11 p.m. on Christmas night. We stayed with the gentleman and the paramedics while we waited for the funeral director to become involved and take over. Lydia dropped the carer home and even continued to follow up with her through the week. Yes, we are in care. However, when someone passes away, it is not an easy thing to accept for anyone. I would like to now invite our CEO, Mark Santhi, to say a few words and to give an update.
Good morning, everyone. I'm happy to be with you once again this morning. And to begin with, I would like to thank John Mark and his wonderful team to organizing this ceremony, the awards ceremony. I think given how busy we are all on a day-to-day basis, including myself. And when we don't have time, while we are consumed by the work we do on a daily basis, John, Mark, and his team has done a very wonderful job in organizing this and actually getting us to pause for a moment and reflect on the wonderful things that everybody in this Eleanor family is doing on a daily basis. So I'm very grateful and very happy that we have done this. So thank you very much for that. And I have to say that listening to this has made me once again, feel so humble and to be privileged to be actually leading you, all of you, on this journey and on the work, a wonderful work that we do across the country, caring for people in their own homes, for in the care homes, in the day centers, and also in the hospitals every day, that we support the NHS staff doing a wonderful logistical work so that the work can carry on. The last 12 months for me has been one of the most challenging year in my life. It has been so tough in mentally and physically. It's been demanding. It has challenged me. I'm pretty sure that all of you, each one of you, have been through that same journey that I have been through. But one thing we can all be proud of is that we have all come out of this feeling that we have done the best that we could have done, as I said to you a few weeks ago. So thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to thank you once again, because every opportunity I get with you, I'd like to thank you for all the good work that you are doing, each and every one of you. Yes, some of you been recognized because somebody nominated you or you nominated yourself and you have told about what you are doing, but I think each and every one of you is doing a wonderful job. I would like also to take this opportunity to talk about the support people. Yes, the carers and the hospital logistical team are doing a wonderful work in the front line, but there is sometimes it's very the other heroes who are working in the offices to support you, including the cleaner who is cleaning the offices, the accounts team, the admin team, the HR team, the communication team, and everybody in doing a wonderful job. So the work keeps going, that you can keep carrying and you can be supporting the NHS staff and so on and so forth. So I'm very happy that they have been recognized as well for the wonderful job that they are doing on a daily basis as well. Also, I would like to thank, last year when I was facing this, I did realize that the only thing that I knew that we will come out of this safely, that the reason I was confident, the reason I was optimistic, the reason I felt that I could do this and we could come out of this and I could guide you is because of the excellent team that I have around me, the senior management team. Each and every one of them have given more than 100%. And I am ever so grateful for them. And without them, I wouldn't have been able to lead you or guide you as well. So I don't want to name names, it takes time, but you know the senior management team. And thank you very much for each and every one of you. Without you, I wouldn't have been able to do this work as well. Again, I have to tell you, yes, you work so hard out there in the front line, the care homes, the day centers, the hospitals. But I have to tell you that the management team wasn't sitting around and just bossing you around. They were absolutely out there running around, and a lot of them actually fell ill to COVID themselves, and yet they kept fighting every single day. Oh, I didn't allow them to rest, and we were all working out. So thank you very much for everybody. And I'd like to finish this by saying it's an award ceremony. Yes, few people, I do believe that you have to recognize the best and so on and so forth. But however, in my opinion, each and every one of you deserve a medal for what you have done. It is absolutely essential that we recognize every single one of you without exception for a wonderful work you are doing, even though we might have gone through few names, but others, all of you, we know what you are doing. We know you, we value you, and we recognize your contribution. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mark. So what does that mean? So that means that all 1,300 people in the organization are being recognized. It means that all of you will be receiving this little shiny medal, which is not coming through because of my screensaver, but it's a little medal which is being circulated to all the offices as we speak. So every branch, every office, every home will be receiving the medals, and your managers will be in touch with you in the days ahead to coordinate a time that you can come around and you can pick up your medal, because you've done a fantastic job. You're almost finished. Can I just ask you to put yourself on silent, please? So thank you, Mark. Thank you to my team. Sorry about. Sorry. So what this means is that you will all come around to your offices to receive the medal. What it also means, my apologies, my screen has just frozen. Bear with me a moment. Right, here we go. So the medal ceremony is now over. I'd like to thank my team in the communications department, and that is Mikhail, Han, and Vivek, who have worked tirelessly, especially Han, putting this entire event together. So thank you very much, Han. We are going to upload this video in the next hour, hour and a half to Eleanor on our website. If you go to our website, eleanorhealthcaregroup.co.uk/team, you will be able to get the video to share, to watch. It'll be updated there shortly. And that's all for us. When you are sharing the awards, when you are receiving the awards, please take a picture and please use the hashtag Eleanor Cares so that you can share it. And the very last thing is, please make sure you're following us on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Instagram, Eleanor Healthcare Group. Thank you. You're all winners, and we're very, very thankful for the wonderful work you've done.